So I'm almost done studying. Hopefully all my answers correct. Other than that, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. But something popped up because just because I switch cities don't mean I don't hear y'all birds from New York and whatnot. And a lot of the subs that I be overhearing are bud related or little dumb shit about my kids. Like little shit that whatever is going on my regular day, it will piss me off because that's what I overheard. You know what I'm saying? And then when I vent to my man, he's like, "What are you talking? Nah, you what?" And no, not at this age. You can't pretend that you don't hear it, or maybe it's just me and my gift. But before the venting videos, like I kept a lot of shit to myself and I kept quiet on purpose. Not because someone had a gun to my head, not because someone was gonna beat me up, not because I was scared. No. It was mainly because I needed to really observe and analyze everything that was going on around me, especially when I was going through it about my kids, right? So for a minute, I stopped smoking. So obviously, I stopped getting in contact with the bud man or the person that would like find the weed for me type shit. Because half of the time, they're not even really the bud man. They just like the middleman, right? So for a minute, motherfuckers around me was trying to use the fact that I was getting high as an excuse for their expectations not to be met, right? If that makes sense. Um, I'm grown. I always thought I was grown, and whether I was high or not, you cannot try to manipulate me if I don't want you to manipulate me. And that's what they call terca. That's what they call malcriada after a while. And that's what they call difficult and complicated, right? So like I was saying, I was analyzing everything. I was analyzing my friends, my family members, my own kids, my kid's father, his family, and everything. And basically, they had it as a, how could I say, the way I saw things, they had the energy around me to make me feel lonely, to make me feel depressed, to make me feel like, let her really think about her actions, let her really think about her life and all this extra shit, right? Because obviously I'm dealing with motherfuckers that don't understand pie heads and all this extra shit, right? I'm not really saying you have to, but at the same time, if that's your situation, you really cannot judge. You have to kind of take your time and really try to understand, why is this person doing this? Why is this person thinking like that? Why is this person acting like that? And I felt like a lot of the people around me was not doing that. They was just using the fact that I was smoking weed, getting high, right? To the most dramatic sceneries you could ever think of. They switched my vibe and turned it into something really negative, really sad, really manipulative, if that's the word. Like, really, you could really look at me at that point in time and really think that you can manipulate me at my saddest, and I was not with it. So, with that being said, the only person that I would go to was the person that could cop me some bud, cop me some weed. That's the only person I needed to see that day. If I was like upset with my household, that's it. That would be like the only outing I would do. Contact that person, get the bud, smoke. It was the only method at that point that I could kind of use to kind of like analyze my own thoughts, analyze my own actions, analyze my own case, analyze everyone around me, whether they understood it or not, whether they wanted to be around me or not. Um, but then I realized sometimes when you're under the influence, you take out your anger on the ones that really give a fuck about you, right? Which was also happening, right? I felt like everyone around me was getting me mad, getting me sad, getting me depressed. And then I felt like my only outlet was to get the bud, was to get the weed. But at the same time, I was getting played by the bud man too. I was getting played by him and his family because I guess they felt like the energy switch. They felt like they were getting weird attention, obviously. At one point, the bud man told me stop smoking. And for a minute, I did. And then I got back to it. And at the same time, it's like, you're a hypocrite because you're telling me to stop smoking, but then you would randomly hit me up when you got weed, like on the re-up, like, fuck out of here. And it's like, but I genuinely liked him as the person I thought he was. I genuinely liked him. And he eventually started growing as a crush. But like I said, I never overanalyze my situation to the point where I can't see what's coming, what's like sometimes I play dumb too. Like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of girls go through that. What's sad is when you're a mother going through that, a young mother, because then it's like everyone is acting real faded. Everyone is acting real, like, I guess they could feel like if you playing dumb, I could play dumb too. And then it's just like a whole dumbass situation. And I don't got time for that. I got kids. I got boys. And especially if you have boys, the bud man is going to play you. We don't know what kind of childhood that man then had. We don't know shit about his mother. We don't know shit about his sisters. We don't know shit about his baby mothers. We don't know shit. And I honestly could care less. All I want is the weed. All I want is the bud. But at that time I felt like, oh, this was becoming my friend. This was becoming like a one of those friends you don't know too much about, and it's like it's quiet for that, but it's like that respect or that thing is there, whatever that thing whatever that thing is that you call that thing that makes you want to keep going to that person is what's scary, because it's like you're low-key a customer, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time you feel like this person done learned so much about you, only this person knows. And it's that's where it's scary. That's where it's scary. And it's like, that's when you know you're vulnerable. That's when you know you done left, you done took your guard down. You're blinded. That's when you're like a fool. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that this person has something that you really, really want. No one around you can provide that for you. Only this person. That's when you're at it. That's when you're at it. Sad to say, but no matter how good you look, I'm trying to see if my eyeliner is even, and I think it's not. But that's when you know you're an addict. If you didn't know, now you know. That's when you know that you are human, you are weak, but motherfuckers is not really gonna understand that, and there might be a handful of people that do, and then once they do, they might use that against you. Basically, is what I'm saying. And I'm very, very hard-headed. When I believe something real hardcore, I don't let no one try to taint that. I don't let no one try to take that away from me. It is what it is. It's basically my word against yours. And then I realized, wow, when the text messages and the conversations was getting a little too personal, and I know I like this man other than he provides the weed for me. It's like if it was a relationship, that shit would have been toxic. It would have been toxic. With that being said, a lot of the times, like, this person would override everyone else. And I feel like, don't let that happen. Don't let that happen, no matter how good the weed is. Like, try not to let that happen. Keep your guard up at all times. Whatever sob story comes your way from the bud man, or whatever like storyline comes your way where you're feeling real like, oh shit, this is my friend, don't trust that. Don't trust that at all. But then really analyze the situation, because everyone is different. Everyone is actually friends with their butt man. This is just my situation. There was one time where he hit me up and he was like, his sister had a baby. I don't know what the fuck he telling me for. I don't know his sister. But here comes little old nice me. I'm packing shit because I'm cleaning my room. And there was a couple of shit that belonged to my kids, but they barely use it anymore. And I was trying to get them to stop wearing the same fucking shit all the time. And I said, nah, this is still cool shit. This is still good. This is basically secondhand shit, but I figured you could get some use out of it or whatever the fuck. Basically, I had like a crackhead moment. And here I go with my little personalized bag. And I give it to him because he had mentioned to me his sister had a baby. So I'm like, I didn't really have the patience to explain all that to him. I figured he would just know because of the conversation we just had. And I gave it to him. All hell broke loose after that. Like all this drama, all this energy, and it's like, it's not that deep. If you found use for it, great. If you didn't, you should have let me know. You should have gave me an update. You should have let me know, did she like it? Did she not? Did you give it to her? Were you confused or not? Like little shit like that. He asked me what was in the bag, and I just gave it to him. Like, I played dumb. Here you go. Because I felt like that message was dumb. What the fuck you telling me your sister had a baby for? What does that mean? Like, and we never got into that whole conversation and shit. Cause like I said, it was just, I need the bud and that's it. But at the same time, you might have to stop me. You might have to tap me. You might have to hug me. Like, I am human too. Okay. So if it was not that, of course there was miscommunication. But at the same time, after the situation, I felt played. I felt like you knew I didn't know your sisters. What the fuck you telling me she had a baby for? I don't know. So it's little situations like that. Like, you might find yourself vulnerable. Your butt man might hit you up with a line or two about something personal, and then you feel like you're obligated to give, right? Because I'm naturally a very giving person. When I thought about that, I could have bought the baby something. I didn't know the age, so it had like mixed age pieces of clothing in there. But it's like it was all right. At this point in time, I don't even remember what the fuck was in the bag. Um, and yeah, it's like after that, I felt dumb. I felt like I could give a gift card, a baby gift, some Pampers, some wipes. I don't know, but I just felt like, hey, this makes sense. Let me give this to him. Um, and I worry because it's like other situations might be crazy, like, and I just fear what other people are going through, what other girls are going through, like when they're in that kind of state of mind. It's scary. It really is scary. And I just felt like I needed to throw that out there because it's not the first time I overhear a bird bringing some dumb shit up. And I don't have hair on my tongue, so I don't mind expressing myself or expressing my opinion. I feel like if the sister didn't like it, or if the sister felt some kind of way because it was used clothes or some shit, she could have said something, whoever the fuck she is. Or he could have brought it back up. He could have brought the situation up, and he didn't. So it was like, whatever. But it's also, there's a risk because it's like, what the fuck she leaving her kids stuff in here for? Like, like, it's just dumb. Like, yeah. And I thought about that, and I just wanted to make a video about that.